This is the Recycling, Scrap Metal, Commodities, and Economic Report, April 1st, 2024. U.S. weekly raw steel production fell slightly to 1.7 million tons on slow U.S. manufacturing. WTI crude oil price rose to $83.12 a barrel on good demand and OPEC continued oil production cuts. U.S. weekly crude oil production was steady at 13.1 million barrels per day, near the record high. The U.S. remains the #1 crude oil producer in the world. U.S. drillers won't greatly increase production, though. If they do, the price and profits would fall. The U.S. weekly oil rig count fell to 506 on great productivity per well as production remains near the record. Scrap steel #1 HMS price was steady at $325 a gross ton on a good balance of supply and demand. April could bring little or small price change. The steel company Cleveland-Cliffs said this week that prime scrap will be in shorter supply at a higher cost for the rest of the decade, which is worth listening to. Hot rolled coil steel price rose to $42.63 a hundredweight, which is $8.53 a ton on the continued slow U.S. manufacturing economy. Copper price rose to $4.01 a pound, near a one-year high. Growth of data centers and EVs is helping demand. Aluminum price also rose to $1.06 a pound, $23.39 a metric ton on good global demand. U.S. February pending home sales fell 7% versus last year. Bad news is good news. The government is trying to reduce spending because reduced spending slows the economy, which reduces inflation, which is the government's goal. China's March NBS Manufacturing Purchasing Manager Index rose to 50.8, the first growth in 6 months. New orders also increased for the first time in 6 months, and foreign sales increased for the first time in 11 months. U.S. February PCE Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, the Federal Reserve's preferred measure of inflation. It fell to 2.5%. Core inflation, that leaves out volatile food and energy, was up 2.8%. Prices are still high, but inflation is coming down slowly. U.S. March U of M Consumer Sentiment Index was revised higher to 79.4, the highest in almost 2.5 years. Current and future sentiment both rose and inflation expectations fell. U.S. Q4 2023 economic growth, which is GDP, was revised higher to 3.4%, a very solid number. Consumer spending and non-residential investment rose faster. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 331 points to 39,807, a new record close. Good U.S. growth, record jobs, record 401ks, and record home prices are driving the market. Roll-off trailer parts, roll-off truck parts are for sale at Ben Lee. Galbraith, Galfab, Dragon, American Roll-Off, and more. Also Pioneer, Rollright, Arrow, Donovan, U.S. Tarp, tarping systems, and tarp parts. Rollers, tarps, arms, pins, fenders, and pulleys are all in stock for same-day shipment. This report by Greg Brown is brought to you by Ben Lee Roll-Off Trailers, gondola trailers, crush cart trailers, lugger trucks, roll-off trailer parts, and of course, roll-off truck parts. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week and a belated Happy Easter.